strong, courageous, brave, protective, gorgeous men. I'm a woman who has been brought up my whole life from when my father said to me as a little tiny girl, make sure that when you meet the man that you're going to marry, the man that you love, that he's powerful and strong. Make sure he's got a great sense of humour. Make sure he can protect you and defend you. Now, I'm a strong woman. I'm now a rural woman. I live in the South Island of New Zealand. I have to be tough and strong and powerful myself because this is a pretty tough place to live. But I want the men in my life to be just like that. Now, I have no children, but I see lots of kids now where they're soft, they cry a lot, they whinge, moan and complain a lot. They're scared, they're frightened of what people say about them, they care what other people think. So how do we make sure that our men are brave and strong and powerful? And there's a hormone that's responsible for that. It's the difference between men and women technically. That big testosterone hormone chemical, the thing inside the human body that makes a man a strong man. And it's sadly, when you have a look at the research across the Western world, testosterone levels in men are getting lower and lower. Now that means less children because obviously you're not as fertile if you have low testosterone levels. It means men who are less brave and courageous because the testosterone is one of those things that keeps you strong, brave and courageous because it's the male hormone. So is it possible, and when I analyse this, then I'm a woman, so I've got to be very careful when I talk about men and their hormonal system. But the endocrine system for the human race is designed for men and women for us to survive, don't die, thrive, so that you can reproduce. Now for women, that means be strong and tough and brave too. But for men, it means that their body is designed specifically because they have so much their testosterone is the male hormone. It's designed to protect, defend, fight, attack, run, be healthy, fit and strong. So the body produces more of those male chemicals when we do more of those things. Isn't it interesting to take note that as men get older, when they stop sprinting, they stop punching, they stop kicking, they stop fighting, they stop doing men things, that their testosterone levels go down. So sadly, in the Western world now, we have younger men with low testosterone levels. And my simple question is this: how often do you sprint? How often do you punch? How often do you lift heavy things? How often are you defending and protecting what you believe in? So it's a mental physical connection, because obviously the endocrine system starts in your head and then goes through to your, I call them your rude bits, because we don't tend to talk about the whole process of reproduction when it comes to males or females. It's no, we can't talk about that. I went to a private boarding school, a religious private boarding school, so you definitely didn't talk about the parts of your body that were related to the sexual reproduction of the human race. But that's what we're here for. As men and women, we're designed to stay alive, thrive, and reproduce. So the chemicals that make us survive, which is the fight and flight system, which is puff, lift heavy, fight, increase your heart rate, every part of your body that needs to run and flight, that's the 100% effort system. That's the stuff that produces the chemicals to make us strong, powerful human beings. Now, the beautiful thing is, and I bang on about this every day, when you fight and flight in that 100% phosphate system, so if you overcome the threat because you've killed it or you've run away from it so it hasn't been able to kill you, your brain now produces the things that make you a happy human being so that you can thrive and want to reproduce. So now you have dopamine, reward drug, a neurotransmitter, serotonin, I'm satisfied with my life, endorphins, which are a happy drug that are also a painkiller, and then brain-derived neurotropic factor, which is the fertilizer for your brain to make you better for next time. So as a woman, I want my men, the men in my life, whether it's my father, my brother, my next door neighbour, and I live in rural New Zealand, so I want my next door neighbours to be tough and strong too. I want them to be, their testosterone levels to be high. I want their dopamine levels to be high, their serotonin levels to be high. Now, I want that in me too, because I want to be a tough, strong woman. But what are we going to do to inspire our men, inspire our teenage boys, inspire our little boys to make sure that they have high testosterone levels so that they can be tough and strong and powerful? And of course, that comes from sprinting, punching, fighting, defending, and the connection between the body and brain, so that every time you sprint away from a threat, every time you fight the threat, your brain gets tougher and stronger too. So you become better at overcoming challenges, you become better at solution finding, you become a more positive person. And have you noticed that the world's become a pretty negative place? It seems that men, women, people are looking at things from a negative perspective rather than a positive one. So could the answer be that we need to produce the chemicals that make us tough, strong human beings? And of course that doesn't come from being a soft human being. If you don't do very much, if you're unfit, if you don't lift heavy things, if you don't overcome challenges, why on earth would your body stay strong? That's why men, as they get older, their testosterone levels go down. Their desire for sex goes down. I think that's really sad. We've got teenage boys now who share with me, I think that I'm supposed to be really excited about my whole sexual experience, but their testosterone levels are so low that they're not even, this is a worldwide challenge now. We have populations that are becoming smaller and smaller because men are not wanting to reproduce. So if you want a body that is excited to reproduce, you have to feel good about it. And of course, if you don't feel good, there's no, oh, if you've got a headache or you feel sick or you're tired or life's treating you badly or you feel like that life is just yuck, of course you don't want to reproduce. So to feel good, you have to be fit and strong. To get fit, you've got to get puffed. To be strong, you've got to overload your muscles and bones, but you've also got to put your body under pressure. So it's not just going for a gentle walk. It's not going to the gym and hanging out for an hour, which is what a lot of people are doing now. They go to the gym and they scroll their screen rather than lift really heavy and get really puffed. So if you want high testosterone levels and you're a bloke, when was the last time you got really puffed, and how often are you getting really puffed so that your testosterone levels are high? So you're forcing your body, teaching your body, training your body that if it's under threat, it can get away from the threat. But if you're a father, a coach, a leader, a boss, a teacher, obviously you can't run away from the threat. You've got to turn and fight it, which is why at our house we love martial arts so much, of course, which is why out here in the freezing cold South Island of New Zealand in wintertime, the men are really tough and strong because they have to fight challenges. They have to overcome cold and wind and snow and frost. And they look after their animals, they look after their family, and of course they can't do that if they don't look after themselves. So do I have a right to talk about testosterone? As a woman, I want my men to be strong, not weak. How about you? I want my men to defend me and protect me, not, Roa, you need to defend and protect yourself. Now, I kick and punch, I do martial arts, I am good at self-defense, but I want a man in my life who also can defend me, particularly if we both have to be in a situation where we have to defend whatever it is, that whether it's what you believe in, your property, your family, your life. Wouldn't it be great to be a tough, strong human being that's powerful, not weak, that is strong, not soft, that can handle challenges, not fall down in a heap because you can't handle the challenge? So get your testosterone levels high if you're a bloke, get puffed, lift heavy, punch a bag, do martial arts, get into some kind of competitive sport so that you force your body to be healthy, fit, strong, tough, powerful and full of testosterone. Live your life to the max. Woohoo! Yay!